Welcome back. So, in this session, we will see how we can programmatically run the Appium server. Okay, so in our previous sessions, we have seen how we can run our Appium server either from the command line by running the Appium command or from the Appium UI where we can just click on the start server and then it will be go ahead with that. So, you can see here we can just start the server from here. So these are the two ways. Now, why are we focusing on running the Appium server or starting the Appium server from the program from the code itself or programmatically? The reason being is that, so let's say that when we are executing our Appium test into the CI/CD pipeline or into the remote machine, then and then we schedule even our tests, right? So at that instant, actually manually run the server Appium server from terminal or from the EY will be bit difficult because we cannot be every time do a manual intervention before running our test. So that's why Appium provides a way to run the Appium server programmatically. Okay, so we will see few of the merits, demerits, and then how do we achieve and overcome those things with Java language. Okay, so we are using Appium with Java and the library is Java client. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing I will show you guys one of the code block that will be helping us to start the Appium server, and I will explain you few of the classes that are available from Appium. Okay, so let me grab that particular code block. Okay, so this is the code block. Let me quickly import all the classes. Okay, so let me explain this. So here you can see Appium Service Builder. So this is basically one of the class available in Appium, which will build few of the parameters to run your Appium server. Okay, so here I'm creating a builder object, and this builder object will have these many parameters. Like I can use the with Appium.js. This is one of the method which uses the main.js file path. There are two different paths are available depending on how you installed your Appium server. Okay, so as we have already learned, we can install by using npm package, and another one we can install the Appium from the UI itself. So let me show you two different paths. So this particular path, this node and Appium main.js path, is basically when you install the npm package from npm package. Okay, so how do you know that? Open your terminal. Once you install the Appium from the terminal, you can just use where Appium, then it will give you the path. So here you can see user local bin Appium. So normally what happens, your node path is common, you will get it under your user local and bin. Because it is a npm package, we need to use the node as a what you call driver executable. So from node we are executing this main.js file. Let me show you the path. So if you go here and under this you will see, so this is my local, you can see user local, and then you have to go to the library, and here that will be something node modules, and here you will get Appium library, and you can see here main.js. So this is the path actually which we are using here. Okay, so that is my main.js path, and this node will be always under this only. If you are using Appium desktop, let's say, then you need to go to go menu and then go to applications, and under this you will see Appium. Right click on this, show package content, then go to resources, and then under app you will see something called as node modules. Under this you have to go to the Appium library, and you can see the main.js. Okay, so depending on how you installed your Appium server, you can find the main.js path. Okay, I will put it into the description below so that you can find it. Okay, in case you are using Windows operating system, for me it is like the Mac operating system. If you are using Windows, then you will get it under C program files Appium. Under that you will get the main.js, and node will be installed as well under the program files, you can get it. And if you are installing from npm package, it will be probably from the uh, app local data. So from there you will get it. I will again put the path into the description below, so if you are using Windows you can follow that one as well. Okay, so builder dot with appium.js and then using driver executable, and here you will see two more methods are available. Let's say when I'm running, so I will show you that here quickly. So let's say that if I'm running Appium, so when I'm running this Appium, you will see it is always running under this port. Okay, it is nothing but your local host and then 4723. Now, if you are not giving anything, these parameters, then it will be always running under the 4723. Even this is optional. Okay, you can even use using any free port. Let's say that if you want to any available port that you want to pick it up, you can use that. Okay, if you are not using any IP address, then it will take your local host. And if you are specifically mentioning any port, you can use the using port method. And this will be basically helpful, this method, when you are running on grid or else into multiple devices. If you want to run, let's say that your Android, you want to run the IPM server into the 4723 port, but your iOS devices, you want to run it into, let's say, 4725, then you can use two IPM instances. Okay, uh, and then with log files, and you can even capture the logs, the IPM logs. So you would have observed whenever you are running any test on your device, you will see there are a lot of IPM logs are coming in the UI or else into the terminal. But when you programmatically run your IPM server, then all the logs will fall under into the console. Even you can capture that into the text file so that you can refer it into next time in future. Okay, and then you have to, so here I am creating a get instance method, which is simply getting that instance of this particular IPM server. By using this instance, I can start and stop. We will see that in a moment. Okay, after that, what I'm, so if you see, this is my builder. Actually, this is not the actual service, but I am using a different class, that is IPM driver local service, where I'm building these particular parameters so that I can get the service. From this service, I can use the methods like start or stop to kind of run or shut down the IPM server. Okay, now once I get the instance, I can simply use another method. Let's say that static start server, let's say, or simply start. And then here what I will do, I will get this instance dot start. I will do that. Okay, static void, let me make void. Okay, let me see if I'm running. Let me stop this by using control C. So now here you can see, let me put even a main method so that I can show you guys properly. So here what I will do, I will directly use, because this is static, right, dot start. I can use start. Okay, and if I run this, so here you can see in the console it is printing, and the server started onto the default port, or the port which I mentioned here. If I give 4725, it will be coming as a localhost colon 4725. That's how you will do that. Okay, now, so this is how you can start your server. But how about stopping the server? So there is another method actually. I can use that, because this is my Appium server dot actually stop. You can see there is something called as stop. Sorry, I did not implement that method. So here I will say static void stop, stop or stop server, and then I will get that instance, that is nothing but Appium driver local service, and then like start, I will get one more method as stop. Okay, and then here directly I can call that. Okay, now if I run this again, it will be stopping my server. Okay, so for some reason actually this stop is not working at this moment. So I mean, I have seen that, so I will show you that as well. So let me kill this server. So if you see here, now this particular IPM server is running here, right? And I don't have any option to stop this. If it would have been into the Appium UI or from the command line, I would have pressed Control C, or else I would have clicked on the close button to stop the server. There is no option to stop it here, but there is a command actually which I can run to stop this server. So I will open the terminal. Okay, here I will use usr and bin. Under this I have one exe, one command kill all, and here I can give hyphen n and node. So this will kill my server. How do you know? Because see, now my IPM server is shut down. How do I know? If I click on this IPM, if I run this command, I can see this. Okay, in case, and how do you know that if a server is already running, if a IPM server? So for this, what I can do, let me open this one, and this is again 4723 only, right? If I run this, you can see error starting IPM server because this particular port is already used. It means that I am already using somewhere. Like that, you can see that. So the problem is that here the stop command is not working. Just to make you guys understand, so you let me see if I okay I can. So now as you can see, my IPM server is not at all running. I'm using here start and then stop. First, let me give some wait so that it will take some time to start the server and then it will stop. So you can see there is no error is coming and the listener started into this port, and hyper, and with the stop method I'm running, I would expect that my IPM server is stopped completely. How do I prove it? So I have to go to this command and then I will run it. Now you can see it is throwing me an error that Appium already using this port. It means that this stop method is not working actually. So for this we will use some other command actually to stop this one. I will show you in a moment. For time being, let me kill the node. Okay, so now my IPM server is completely stopped. Okay, now let's see, let me implement this one into a proper test case actually. So for this, what I will do, even I can use this start right in anywhere in my test case. So there is one test case, iOS test case, that is verify iOS save contact, which we have seen in our previous sessions. For time being, let me put it into the before setting my test case, right? Yeah, so on test start actually I will put this one. Okay, now let's run this one. So it depends on at what moment you want to turn on your Appium server. Yeah, now the Appium server is running first, and let me open my simulator. Okay, so as you can see here, the WebDriver agent runner is not installed into this. The reason being is that sometimes what is happening when we are running the Appium from the code, it's not able to find it out the Carthage actually, and Carthage is required to install the WebDriver agent runner. From there only you can perform actions into the application. So for that, what we will do, let me just stop this because it will not run, I mean it will not execute our test. So for this we need to write one more stuff here. So we need to set the environmental variable actually, or we need to set the Carthage path into the environment. I will create a hash map with the Carthage path into this. Okay, so let me just grab this. So here is my user local bin is where my what you call Carthage is there. Let me show you that. So if I open here, and you can see here Carthage will be there. Okay, and it will be in your machine also, into the same path it will be there. And this is very specific to your iOS devices. Okay, if you're running a Android test, you will not face any much problem into that. And then here what I need to do, now this environment I need to set it up with this builder. So there is a method available, that is nothing but with the environment. And here if you see, if I put a control space, it takes the hash map as a parameter. Now what I will do, I will take this environment and then that's it. Now let's try to run this code and see if it is working properly or not. Let me rerun again. Okay, so as you can see, the test got run, and then we have this WebDriver agent runner also installed into this simulator. Okay, so like this, so few of the tricks you need to put, like you have to set the path of this particular, what do you call, the cache path, and then you have to run the test as it is. Okay, so that's how you can run your test by using the Appium server from the program itself. And then as you can see, the WebDriver agent runner also installed into your device simulator. Okay, so as I was telling, like you can start the server by using this particular method, but yes, stop is not basically working. Okay, now let's see how we can stop the server properly. Okay, by using different commands, because the inbuilt stop command sometimes not working. So let me first show you few of the commands which we can use to stop the server. Okay, so for that what I will do, I will do one thing. I will try to run this apm command and it will give me an error, because as I told, the stop was not working from programmatically. For that, one command I have shown you guys is this one. Okay, you can use the user bin kill all hyphen 9 node, because it's a node command, so you can directly kill that node. Okay, so if you are using Mac operating system, you can use it. If you are using Windows, not to worry, there is one command actually you can use. So that is actually task kill. So let me write it. Definitely it won't work here, but I can just give here. So task kill, and then F space, you can use the process ID. Okay, now by talking this, I remember one more command actually. So let me run this one first. Okay, then okay, now the Appium server is running. Let me go to a new terminal. Okay, new tab. Okay, in this, let's see what process it is running. So for that, there is a command sudo ls of hyphen I and then 4723. If I run this command, okay, it is asking me password because I'm using this sudo command. You have to give your system password. You can see it's a node command, that's why I could able to kill that appium by using the task kill, sorry, what is that, user kill all, right, kill all and node. Okay, so here you can see the process is 94928. It is not the port. Remember, the port is 4723, but the process ID is this one. Okay, so in Windows also you can get that by using another command, that is. So you can use this command. Let me create another tab. So in Windows you can use this particular command, netstat hyphen ano pipe sign find str, and this is the port number. Port number will be 4723. Oops, sorry. port number will be 4723. Then you will get the process ID like this, which we got from here. Okay, like this one process ID you will get. Once you get that, then what will happen? You have to call this particular command. Okay, so instead of PID, you will have to give that whatever that process ID you will get in Windows. Let's say something 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, if you enter it, then it will kill that particular Appium server. That's how you will run. First, you have to run this command to get the process ID. Then you can use the task kill command to kill that particular Appium. Okay, now in code, how I will be doing that? Okay, so we in Mac, so as I told, in Mac we are using this particular command. Let me kill this. So we are using this command, user bin kill all hyphen 9 node. Okay, in case of Windows, there is one quick command is there, directly you can kill the node. So that is task kill. Okay, task kill slash f and then forward slash im, oops, sorry, im space and node. Okay, so this is for Windows. Okay, so if you see, let me keep it into the middle. So this is for Mac and this is for Windows operating system. Okay, now let's try to implement this one into our code to stop the server. Okay, okay, so let me comment this one and then I will show you how we can stop this particular Appium server. So for that, what we will do, we will use this particular command or this particular code base. Okay, so here is runtime and get runtime, and here we will be passing a string array. Okay, so this is nothing but the particular command, right, that I was showing from the terminal, and you can execute this particular command. Okay, let me see what is the error. Okay, yeah, so you can execute that command and then it will server, it will stop the server. Okay, for that what I will do, let me call this, and I'm not going to run again the test, but I will show you guys how this stop server is working. Okay, here you can see I have this main method. Let me run this one. Okay, so here you can see server stopped. It means that this particular command is executed. But how do we verify that? So for that, what I will do, I will go to this terminal and I will try to run. Now, if the Appium server would have been properly terminated, then I should be able to see the Appium server here, a new instance. Okay, as you can see, it's a new instance, it is running. It means that the Appium server is properly stopped here. So this is the way you can use it. Okay, so now another thing actually in that, so we are using the start and stop directly, right? Now what happens, there will be one scenario whenever you are running a test. Let's say that you have started the server and for some reason your test got failed and you got an exception and your test stopped running. Okay, it means that the stop which you have executed at the end of the test would not have been executed because in middle only your test case execution stopped. Now, at the second time when you run your server, Appium server, it will throw you an error because last time your Appium server did not close or did not shut down properly. Okay, so for that, what will happen here? It will throw an error where it will say that your port is already in use. For that reason, what we can do, we can use another method actually or a way to avoid running the server each time. Okay, so we will first check whether the Appium server is running. If it is not running, then you start the server, else just leave as it is. Okay, so for that reason, what I will do, I will have another method to just check whether this particular port is in use or not. Okay, so for that, what I will do, I will have, so I have another setup code base or a method which I will paste it in a moment. Okay, okay, so each port available and that port I will send as a parameter, and here server socket only, but I'm using this particular method here, set reuse method address as false. Then I'm binding that particular port into this particular server socket and then returning true. If this is successful, then I'm returning true. It means that this port is in use, or it means that that port is available. Because if it is not available, then what will happen? It will throw me an exception, because I'm binding to the server socket. So if that port is free, then only I can able to bind, and that's how I am returning a true here. Let me import the classes. Okay, and another class here. Okay, yeah. So now how I will use it? So if you see here, I'm directly using here this start, right? What I will do here, I will put a condition if each port available, and here I will put pass that 4723 as a parameter. If it is true, then I should not run my if it is true, then I will run my command, because that port is available, right? That's why I can start the server. Else I can say s out, and I will say that server already running. Okay, and here I will say, and just to make sure, I will say that server started from here. Okay, now let me run it, but just to test whether this is working fine or not, what I will do. Okay, so before going to this, if you search in the online, you will get another set, another method actually, which is looking like this actually. But for some reason, actually, this check if server is running, this particular method is not running, the not executing properly or not giving proper response. That's why you should be using this particular code block. Okay, so I am commenting at this moment, because just for informational purpose, you should not be trying this one whenever you get from Stack Overflow or from some other blogs, because this would have been deprecated, or for some reason it is not working. So that's why you can just use this particular way of getting that. Okay, now here what I will do, just to test if this each port available is working or not, what I will do, for some I will execute, so I will run this Appium server from here. And if you see here, it is running the 4723. Okay, let me close this and run it. Okay, 4723 is running from here. Now, if I execute this, I mean, if you see here this main method, here what happens? First, I'm starting this server. Now, this will not start the server, because this port is already using. That's why it will say that this server available already running. Okay, this server is already running. Now let me run this code. Here you can see server already running. And if you see here, let's say if I close this, okay, now the Appium server is not running from anywhere. Now I will run it again. It should say that a server started from here. Okay, so you can see 2 seconds, and then it says that the server stopped. Fine. So that's how this will be the appropriate way of running your Appium server and stopping the server. Okay, so now if you see one more thing, your so whatever the Appium server logs are appearing into this console. Sometimes, because here I'm not executing any much steps, so that's why your log looks like so simple. But let's say where you are running 50 test cases, that time you will have your own logs, and then you will have the Appium logs. So it is difficult sometimes to debug it, right? So for that, what you can do, you can just, and you can see we have already sending this log into the Appium log, right? Now let's see if this Appium log is created or not, this Appium log file. Okay, so here you can see the Appium log is creating here. Okay, so as you would have observed that the Appium logs are printing to the console and to the file as well. Okay, so one problem with this is that when your test cases will grow, so you will have your test case logs. You would have printed some log files from the user actions or something into the console, and also this Appium logs are printing. Okay, so which will make a huge logs, and it is difficult to debug that whenever you want to see the console. So we have an option where we can stop printing these Appium logs into this console, and we can redirect only to this log file itself. So let's see how that works. So for this, what I will do a quick change here. What I will do, I will create a variable, local variable. Let's name it as server. And here what I will do, so I will keep server equal to this particular stuff where I can build directly. And here what I will do, there is a method available to clear output streams. So what this stream says, so if I mouse over this is returning a boolean value. So what it says, if you have already I mean, what you call, if you are printing to a log file to some output stream, then you can clear this output stream, means this particular console printing. Even you can redirect to a log file, or even you can redirect to a log4j file as well. If you are integrating a log4j, even you can do that. Okay, and once you do this clear output stream, you will get some option here like add. So here you can see add slf4j message consumer. You can use this one as well. Okay, so you can use this clear output stream, which will stop printing the Appium logs to console. So it will only redirect to this Appium log file, and here I can just say return server. That's it, because it is the same return type only, right? This server. Now let's print it. Okay, before to that, let me just paste. It will override anyway, but for just understanding, let's remove all the logs and let's run this again. Okay, so as you can see, the Appium logs did not print to the console, but what about the Appium log text file? And you can see it is printed here. So that's how you can avoid printing the logs into this. So all your logs, once your execution is completed, you can see the details of the logs here, and the console, it will be your own logs only, user action logs. So that's pretty much about what we have seen: starting a server, stopping a server to check whether the port is available, and then how we can stop or shut down the server or stop the IPM server. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this session. So hope this session is helpful. Okay, so that's all for now. Stay tuned for more such topics.